While many of you may be aware of what marijuana is in its most typical term, weed, how much do you know about its origins, different forms, and the different uses? Some of you may be experts on cannabis, and for some of you this may be a new topic. Back in high school, I was introduced to different substances like marijuana in my health class. And from there on, there was lots of studies and news being talked about how it affects teens in different ways. I decided to do my own research on the drug itself and learn more about it. The origins of marijuana were hemp, which were used as a common crop and later progressed to the medical usage of CBD and later the recreational usage of THC. Today I'm going to be talking about hemp, CBD, and THC. In the 14th century, it was used for everyday purposes. According to C.N. Ferguson, a cannabis writer in Cape Town, South Africa, hemp is a product from the cannabis plant that contains 0.3% or less THC product, which is the component that gets you high. Hemp was grown as an everyday crop for its strong fibers, and that's what it was mostly known for. And according to Nick Rusco, it is more durable, fast-growing, and uses less water and pesticides compared to cotton, which is why it gained so much popularity throughout the years. Hemp was used to make canvases, ropes, textiles, and even William Shakespeare wrote his poetry on hemp paper. Over time, the use of industrial hemp evolved into an even greater variety of products, including certain health foods and cosmetics like lotion, makeup, and hair care. Hemp is even used in clothing and construction. There's a product called hempcrete. It's a type of concrete made from the strong fibers of hemp, like I discussed earlier. And it's also used in quilt insulation. Now I'll be talking about CBD. CBD, or as it's known scientifically as cannabidiol, is used most commonly for medical purposes. CBD does not have any psychoactive ingredients, so you cannot get high off of it. According to Dr. Peter Grinspoon, a professor at Harvard Medical School, says that CBD is intended to treat different medical issues. CBD has been proven to help childhood epilepsy. It works by activating CB1 receptors in the brain and reduces the event of seizure. It's also used to help anxiety. It alters serotonin levels and calms down the patient. It's also helped in insomnia. It works by leveling out your cortisol levels. Cortisol levels are responsible for your stress. This helps the patient fall asleep and stay asleep throughout the night. And lastly, it can help someone with arthritis. It works by calming down the nervous system, which helps reduce inflammation and takes away the physical pain from arthritis. Moving on to THC, another form of cannabis which you guys may be more familiar with. THC, or as it's scientifically known as tetrahydrocannabinol, is more traditionally used for recreational purposes. THC is the psychoactive component of the drug and is not used medically. THC makes you high. When consumed, your eyes can get red, puffy, and droopy, and your taste receptors are heightened. THC can make you feel uplifted, euphoric, and relaxed, but it can also cause paranoia and extreme anxiety. Every reaction varies per person, and there's different factors that play a role in the reaction, such as how much you consume and the different strains you consume. You can consume THC by smoking it or taking different forms of edibles. And for the different strains, I'm just going to go over it briefly. There's two different kinds, indica and sativa. Indica is more known as a body high. It kind of works in the same way as CBD by relaxing your body. And THC is more of a head high. It's kind of like adrenaline-inducing and all that stuff. Although there are some positive results about marijuana, there's also some risk factors. The main one being memory loss. THC alters the hippocampus in your brain and its functions. And the hippocampus is responsible for memory and processing information. California was the first state to legalize medical marijuana in 1996, and in 2012, Washington and Colorado both legalized it for recreational usage. And then just last week, April 1st, 2022, the House passed a bill to federally legalize marijuana, which means you can use it nationwide. In conclusion, I told you about hemp and how it's mainly used for its strong fibers and the different everyday uses and products made from it. I've also discussed CBD and THC, the differences they have on the body and the different effects. Marijuana can come in many different forms and can be used for a variety of purposes. From hemp, which can even today be found in household items, to the medical purposes of CBD and the recreational uses of THC. They both got legalized last week. From hemp, which can even today be found in household items, to the medical purposes of CBD and the most common recreational form of THC, both recently have gotten legalized nationwide. And as Snoop Dogg said, the more medicated, the more dedicated. Thank you.